I always advocate uh, standing on the shoulders of giants.
Giants, I see.
Giants, yeah. So there are quite a number of people that have done most of what you will want to do. So your best bet is you,
Thank
right?
you very much for this. Your best bet is actually you.
Exactly. So you throw yourself out there. Every second counts. Just man in Babylon.
I heard of the book.
That's like your introductory 101. So it's also good. Then in terms of career and how you get ready for interviews and all, I think there is this book by Jack Welch, the former CEO of GE, General Electric. I can't remember the name of that book, but it was written by Jack Welch, and I think it's a bestseller book. You can literally go to LinkedIn and find me, find every other professional all across the world. People will be happy to respond to you, and yeah.
So, but is the electrical engineering marketable?
Electrical engineering is the most marketable engineering course.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Diary of Nigeria Industry, a podcast where we explore the highs and lows of entrepreneurship and profession. I'm Shamsia Ibrahim, and today we are speaking to our guest engineer Ibrahim Abdul Karim, who is a project manager. Okay, so welcome.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Engineer Ibrahim Abdul Karim. Nice to have you on this session.
Thank you very much for having us, sir. So, please, can you just brief us about how you started your journey from your school days to?
Okay, it's an interesting one.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my university days. Yeah. Okay, so I majored secondary school. I majored in sciences, of course. So usually you get admitted into science related courses. Yeah, so I had my WAEC and JAM 2006. Yes, I had good JAM scores. WAEC, I had fantastic results. Without English. Yeah,
okay.
Without English, and for good reasons.
For good reasons, which
for good reasons, yeah.
Reasons like?
That's how it came. The result came, and after that, I tried the external exams for almost 6 times. I didn't get. Yeah.
You were just writing exam every year, 6 years.
No, really. So you have internals and you have externals. So after the normal SS3, I went for remedials in what we call SBRS, School of Basic and Remedial Studies, in Puntua, Katsina State. Even then, I wrote an external exam looking for the English. So I'll come to that anyway. Okay. So had that, went to School of Remedial Studies. Usually, I'm among the top of the class, if I can call it that. So no English. What that means, no direct admission.
No direct admission.
So I went for remedials, 9 months School of Basic Remedial Studies, and then the time came to choose a course
that you wanted to.
That I wanted to do. At the last minute of filling the forms, I had a conversation with my, with my dad, and then out of the blue, it popped up electrical engineering, and so be it. I told that,
and you liked the.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm a science student. I'm good with sciences, so any course that comes, as much as it's marketable. Yeah.
But is the electrical engineering marketable?
Electrical engineering is the most marketable engineering course in the world.
In what aspect?
So it comprises telecommunication engineering. This you are doing is telecom, because you are electromagnetic waves. It comprises of electronics engineering. Electronics, your phone inside is electronics. Your computer is electronics. Everywhere now you are being governed, and your life you are living in literally under the subcomponents of electrical engineering. You have telecoms, you have robotics, you have mechatronics. You have control systems, and I will tell you a bit about control systems later. And then, yeah, telecom. So quite, even computer science is is an offshoot from electrical. Computer science, even mathematics.
So we have a misconception here.
Yeah, okay.
Like, maybe let me say my age range and the likes. It will be like, let me just go to school, any course they give me, I study. And this electrical engineering you are saying is a marketable course. I'm hearing it. I know it should be a marketable course, but maybe are we going into it with a bad mindset or what, that we don't even?
I think people need to do a bit more on appreciating, like specifically electrical engineering. It comprises almost everything. You can literally work anywhere. When I say anywhere, I mean you have job anywhere when you study electrical engineering. You have jobs in your local mosque. You have job in your local.
How can my local
church.
mosques?
Of course, they have electrical pigeons. They have this and they have microphone. You have a job there. That's you, electrical. So everywhere you go, you have an application as an electrical engineer.
The main thing why we are even doing, like the main reason why we are doing this podcast is so that people can highlight what they do, so that people that don't know, that are struggling to choose which one they will. It's not as if they are something to copy from another person, but so like be inspiring people.
I think to me, what I will say is, for young people coming, I always advocate standing on the shoulders of giants. Giants, yeah. So there are quite a number of people that have done most of what you will want to do. Why reinvent the wheel? Ask people. People are ready to listen. People are ready to tell you their experiences.
But I think our environment will also contribute badly because some people don't have the right people to ask.
I beg to differ from what you say. In this age, you can literally go to LinkedIn and find every other professional all across the world. People will be happy to respond to you. And you are not going there asking for money. You are going there to ask of a career. People will be ready.
Advice,
and you have YouTube. I mean, you have plenty of things like this podcast. You can pre-select a few people that you may want to talk to. Reach out to them. There are various ways to reach out to people, and then you hear from them. It's just that we limit ourselves to
our environment, because this is the first time I'm hearing somebody saying go to LinkedIn and look for somebody. And
exactly, go to LinkedIn, go to Facebook, it's not just people dancing around or something. There are professionals, and whatever you are looking for, thankfully there is a platform for it. If you are looking for professionals, for guidance, whatever, go to LinkedIn. Videos to learn things, go to YouTube. A lot of that. So resources are pretty much
available. Maybe we are not just channeling our energy to the resources.
Exactly. You can't come to maybe Hotoro and say you are looking for a software engineer. Do you know what a software engineer is?
I don't.
Maybe not yet. You'll know.
Okay.
So that's by the way.
Okay. So, sir, can you tell us about your work highlights?
Okay. So I have to tell you a bit. So in school, again, you talk about misconception. As a child, I grew up, I observed, because mostly when you observe, then you learn. And then you ask questions, then things become clearer as you grow. What I observed was that, my dad, was a businessman, right? A retired businessman. So I can remember the good old days where after Maghrib, like when the sun has set, he sends us with envelopes to go and deliver to family and friends. And mind you, those family and friends, some of them are commissioners under the government. Not because he has executed a contract, no, it's out of his own charitable pocket.
Wow. Meaning he's comfortable to that
meaning
extent.
he is comfortable. And two, meaning those people that are even at the commissioner level, that's maybe, let's say, synonymous to a directorate level, they still need some cash as a buffer from him. So that tells me that if, I can run into the educational system
and still,
but something is not adding up. This is
a lot
somebody
is not even adding up.
this is somebody that is running business and he's comfortable dashing them money and he's comfortable traveling when he wants. I mean, at home we are eating what we want, and all while others are busy calculating their lives, how they spend so that they cannot go broke and all. So something wasn't adding up. So I knew business was the way forward, at least. But I knew that education is paramount.
You know, I want to say something. Education is paramount, business is a must. But I think everybody says business is a must, but they don't tell us the resilience, the grit that you need to have. Because the grit that you need to have so that you can be in that business to the level where you'll be very comfortable. Because now if I say I want to start business, I want to start it in like the community I find myself or something, the business can even crash before I die. Like I will die, the business will crash with me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
So it depends on the hunger in you.
Okay.
Yeah, the fire inside you, it has levels. When the fire burns to a certain level, you'll see yourself doing the things you want to achieve, whatever desired goal you want to. As for me, part of what I knew that I have no option. The only option, which is not even an option, that's the only target, is I have to succeed. So failure is not it wasn't there, right?
But how did you even get to this mindset of like?
I have 9 junior sisters, I think. Yeah.
So
and I had a dad that was in business but was retiring. It's not that he's leaving anything, like there is a chunk of money somewhere to go and pack. And I knew that someday someone has to take responsibility. In Hausa land, if you have a sister, what that means is because marrying out is like a daughter is far heavier in terms of demand than marriage of a boy. Just getting so you have 9. Like who takes care of their marriages? Who takes care of the expenses? Who takes care of even the home? You have senior brothers. You have whatever. Somebody is somewhere. You don't assume. When you assume that somebody will do something
for you,
at the end of the day, you will wake up to the stark realization that nobody is actually doing that thing. Mold yourself to the person you want to become. Very important. And then say, that will do that. You did that, your sister. No, don't point fingers at anybody. The best way to motivate the world is for the world to see you do it. Then naturally the world will follow. But if you are waiting for, so you are looking there, the person is also looking at you.
Looking
exactly. So at that point, you guys are staring at failure. Nobody wants that. So I knew from day one, somebody has to take charge, and I took it upon myself. I have to take charge. The last thing I will want is a hopeless situation. I hate that. I don't want that, and I can't be in a hopeless situation. So inshallah. So at any point in time, whatever you are doing, no matter, have options. Options are very good.
Have options, have choices.
Have options, have choices. It will make you sleep at rest. And when you get sneezed or when circumstances change, you already have a fallback plan. It's not that you start scrambling, which can affect your morale to keep going. So at any point, have options.
But why I wanted to even have this conversation with you is because of the way you are very big on this straightforward mindsets, your work, your this. So like it's really not easy for someone, like if someone grew up in the kind of place maybe I grew up and the likes.
Just like where I grew up.
That kind of place. So we are exposed to things that are not favored, that will not be in our favor at the long run. So how do you think somebody can like switch
Things
from
like
here?
what?
Nothing bad in person, just that
Yeah.
it's not working, like this normal, simple, mediocre.
You detach yourself.
Detach yourself. How will I know that I'm supposed to detach
You
myself?
if you are living somewhere and not doing anything to live, if you feel you don't belong somewhere, truly you don't belong. So it's for you to action. It's for you to start act. The actions, the actions and inactions that will eventually one day, as soon as possible, drag you out of the detach you to where you belong. There are places you belong. If you feel you
Your
don't
tribe,
belong
your
here,
place.
yeah, where you will thrive, where there are opportunities, where there are people that think like you, uh, where that you can get better paid, better appreciated. Where you get a bit more leverage, a bit more comfort. So if you are among mediocre, even you, how? What that means is you've not rode your fire in you enough. If you rode it enough, it will drive you out of that place. It will. It's mindset. So let me tell you a simple way to do it. Visualize the responsibilities upon you. You are a lady, right? So usually in Hausa, I think a lot in Nigeria, usually it's presumed that usually ladies' responsibilities are on men. Assume that there will not be a man to take care of your responsibilities, right? That an assumption. Anyway, I said assumption. Assume there won't be any. Assume that it's not gonna be easy, which it's not gonna be easy.
It's not
Even if it
easy.
comes exactly, assume that it's not gonna come easy. Assume that you have to work it yourself, and assume that because you are not, maybe you and I are not from silver spoon, so assume that you have to work and develop yourself 2 times more than what is required of an average person.
I was speaking to her this morning and we were discussing on how McDonald's sent like 1,900 proposals before he got
Yeah,
what he was
exactly.
looking for. So I was not like, but it seems like them, they have grit, resilience more than us. So we're not like, no, it's not as if they have grit, it's the environment. Him now, he has basic amenities. Like even if he sent 100 proposals, they didn't accept it. He can keep going because he has food, he has water, but in a Nigerian person now, if maybe you send, before you send one, two, maybe something is wrong.
Okay,
I
so
think
you don't have to say perhaps one. Okay, so let me break it down for you.
okay.
So you need some basics, like what you are recording. You need money for data, right? And that money to buy data, maybe it's 1K or maybe it's 1.5, right? So you so let's say your basic expenditure on data and everything, let's say per day is something around 2 to 3K, right? So what that means is per month you need something around
90K.
60 to 90K. So at minimum, while you are pursuing this big dream of self-actualization, personal development, self-realization, you need something to buffer that 60 to 90K. That something is upon you, is upon anyone that wants to be on that journey. And how do you do that? What that means is there should be something basic of value that you deliver. How do people get money?
You work, they pay you,
I don't want to call it work.
but
You
you work.
deliver value. You deliver value, right? So here you have maybe let's say you can come to this school and say you have reams of papers, reams. So every month maybe each office will require one rim. So you come, you see the vice chancellor or what the corrector or the person or the procurement office. You tell them you lobby. You have to lobby because you have other sources that you can distance. So you have to lobby. Of course, that's part of what is not easy, but you have to. So once you lock that transaction monthly, each of the offices, count the offices that are here, and monthly, you know that at the end, maybe between 25th to 30th, you will supply, maybe if there are 30 offices, you will supply 30 reams of this paper to them. And maybe on each ream, you are having, let's say, a margin of 350 naira, right? So if it's 350 naira and you are supplying 30, how much do you have now?
12,000. So 12,000 to 15,000.
11,500.
Okay.
10,500.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. So, walaikum salam. Okay, so 10,500. That's you've already started developing your this thing. So that's like a nominal example. So you can take those. What did you do? Value, right?
So like we should stop seeing it as work, seeing ourselves as valuable. So people
You
give value.
yeah. People pay value. Why do you think government officials, all these lecturer, whatever, are underpaid? Why?
But they give value now.
They give value, but their value is not appreciated.
So
now it's for you, it's for the individual to determine what the society
will appreciate,
will value most. So value levels deeper. You can deliver something of value, but if the entity that is receiving the value doesn't appreciate the value as high as the value should have been appreciated, then you have a personal decision to make. No, nobody is tying you down. The world is democratic. If they don't, yeah.
But it's not as if nobody is tying you down. No, it's as if it's our mind that is tying us down.
That's exactly what I'm saying is liberate your mind. Nobody is holding your mind. You control your mind. You pray, you pray and seek for liberation. God will open your chest, you see these things.
Getting there.
Professionally. Okay, so I went to university, studied electrical engineering. I went to ABU for undergraduate degrees. Studied electrical engineering. Of course, I told you my background. So I'm inquisitive. I observe. So from 200, 300 level, I started, again, value. I started studying concepts.
Concept of what?
Concepts of value, right? So you run an academic session. Those academic sessions have time for beginning and time for ending. And you have students, right? And then there are demands that are peculiar with students. When students are coming back, they usually have money. What do they buy?
They buy food stuff. They buy clothes.
They buy computer. They buy video game.
It depends on the kind of students.
They do exactly. So and you mentioned clothes, and I'm going to that. So you position yourself such that they are buying from you. You go where cloth is cheap. For example, when Salah is approaching, because you have to size. Okay, are they what the majority of the percentage of students? Are they Muslims? Are they Christians? Whatever. You size. If Christmas is coming, people are buying. If people are coming back, they are buying food stuff, as you said, and all. What can you buy and flip easily and get money? Those are thinking. That's your personal mind. Nobody say, they don't teach me that. Nobody's gonna teach you that. You have to use your brain, to crack your brain to see the demand, and you place yourself in a position to provide the value. And then once you you negotiate, you price the value right, and then people buy, and then you make your margins, and that's how you make money.
No, it's actually it. I think the thing is even just mindset at like to begin with. So
Exactly.
anything we say from now to
When
tomorrow, if
Salah
the
come,
mind is bad,
I leave Zaria, come to Kano, Kantunkwari, buy Shadda, like maybe 20 sets, buy yard like 20 sets. Go. Zaria is known for sewing. I go and sew different sizes. I know the average height of students. I sew like 3 weeks to Salah. I get reams of papers. I write an advert. I go and photocopy the advert, place in front of hostel boards and
and
faculty boards, departmental boards. In 2 weeks, I've sold out, made my margins. Everyone is happy. I come to Salah, break is over. At home, people want to celebrate Salah. All these, rich kids, they sell a laptop, they sell video game. You buy it cheap. They want to use the money for Salah. You give them. Of course, you have to verify because papers are there because you can steal and all. So you verify that, you buy it cheap. You wait. You go for an academic session. Rich
Yes.
boys are coming with this thing. You advertise. What are we saying?
It's still the same thing. Sha.
Exactly.
It's still
So
the same thing.
you identify value, lock in, provide.
And it's fair value and love.
Exactly. So while you are doing that, also focus on your academic session. You know that you are heading for financial liberation. If you are heading for financial liberation, what that means is, and you don't have a rich dad that stash money somewhere, what that means you have to first and foremost, as at a minimum, graduate with a good class of degree, at least a 2-1 or a first class. Yeah, first class is good. 2-1, yeah, manageable. So once you do that, at least what that gives you, you are mostly qualified for most of the job adverts for you to even apply. Because for good jobs, when I mean jobs that pay well, they usually have a criteria, at least 2-1. And that's where it comes from. The course that you study matters.
Okay.
You go and study, all these single major course or other non-marketable courses, then you've already made your life choice.
But people don't even have a choice to some extent in the kind of
People do have choices.
in the kind of courses they study.
People do have choices. People do have choices. I had a friend that got chemical engineering with us. He doesn't want chemical engineering. He wanted medicine. And while he was doing the chemical, he did another jump, got his medicine, and moved. So people have choices. That misconception about fixed here, no. You are in charge of you. And in the next 10 years, when you look back, it's your choices, your decisions and indecisions that will shape the future you.
Please, you
But
feel
yeah,
like you have achieved a milestone at least.
I achieved a milestone when I started getting a salary of over ₦1 million per month.
When?
That was my starting salary. Yeah. Yeah. So again, based on all this, right? Organizations hire mindsets.
So, sir, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
So, like me and you maybe are going for an interview.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Maybe you have mindset, and I'm just coming. So, what do you think I should have that to make me employable? Because, like, they say there are no jobs, but people are saying there are jobs. Okay, employ me. I'll be doing interviews every.
It's not about the interview. It's about you. Even this podcast you are doing, you are developing yourself, and that's why I personally took my time out of my way to honor it, because you've shown commitment, and every organization, every individual that wants to hire you, people that are needed are people that demonstrate leadership potential. Mark that. leadership potential.
Potential.
So you can't maybe just watch this podcast and say, you want leadership potential. No. Over the course of your life, there are do's and don'ts you demonstrate. There are things you demonstrate. If I come and say, okay, from your primary school, yeah, you're just developing. From your secondary school, tertiary school, what leadership roles did you handle? That's a rhetorical question. When was the time that you were tasked with a responsibility, for let's call it a project? How did you deliver that? What resources did you need? Did you meet any challenges? How did you address those challenges? Your answers, if you are genuine to yourself, true to yourself, your answers will tell me as an interviewer, as a potential recruiter, it will give me some insights into how you think and how you execute. And now, thinking and execution are very important. It will show me your can-do attitude, your ability to work within a team, very, very important, your agility, your resilience, all that adds up to your normal day life you do.
Okay, but now maybe so maybe water.
Right, thank you.
Maybe sorry, I know water. Maybe if you want to employ me now.
Yeah.
If you want to employ me and you ask me, have I been a prefect maybe in school? Have I done anything? And it happened that I was never a leader. Yeah. So is that an advantage? A disadvantage?
If you have leadership potential, more often than not, there was a time you, out of your heart, volunteered to handle a project.
I volunteered to handle a project, but when you're interviewing me, it might not even come to my mind that I should tell you that I did
so it's
something.
Part of your preference, your hunger and your this thing that will tell you that you've done a leadership.
Okay, I should document
we are looking for potentials. We are not saying you will be a champion when you go there, because you will meet champions.
So you just have to learn. And
let me tell you a secret. You will know you are at the right place when you are not the champion within an environment. If they see you as the champion here,
then you
don't belong.
To get better.
Exactly. You should move to where you aspire to. Right? So that's the rule. If you, because you have to move among among the higher class in terms of mental capacity. As much as a point is stronger than yours, then that should naturally influence you, right? As that flexibility we are talking about is you, among what I said, maybe I forgot to mention that you have to be teachable.
Not teachable. Not teachable.
I'm going somewhere. So
an aspect.
Again, and you have to be aware of the environment. Usually, maybe in the environment, they feel women should keep quiet.
That is even
so. It's for you to even find subtle, better ways to influence people without them knowing. You can influence people to do your bidding without them knowing. You can.
And it's not manipulation.
It's not manipulation. If you are manipulated, what that means is that it's a hidden motive. No. This I'm talking about the common good of all. I'm talking about a team now. Influencing is okay. Let's say we are 8 in this room and everyone is doing his job and we have a very tight schedule. And then you need, among the people, you need someone's input in your work that you do before your work progresses. How do you get that person to give you 5-10 minutes of his or her without the person feeling that you are talking? What that means, you have to use your God-given wisdom, and you have to how you work. You have to learn to shape that wisdom because it will come handy.
The problem is how people, and it's not me, like I don't even have a problem with those kind of things, but there are a lot of people that when they want to say things, that fear of, let them not say I'm loud, let them not say I'm this, let them not say I'm that.
Know where you are coming from, because you have to appreciate your background. You know what is to your favor, know the odds that are to your disadvantage, like the where you say how people feel. You can't dismiss people's feelings, but you have to find a way to interact with them and even get to the stage of influencing them. If people start perceiving you that you are loud, even if you are not loud, you are loud. Tell yourself that. Yeah, even if you are not, you are. Why? Because accepting that you are loud, then you go
then
back.
you change.
Exactly. Not
Not
really.
change,
You go
but
back, you relook at what it is, and then devise even more ways for you to relate with the people with a different tone. It might be your tone. It might be how you speak. It might be how you mind you. The people are diverse. You are talking about Kano. Kano, you have primary school, secondary school, tertiary schools. So you have people that were born and bred and raised and got married and
only in Kano.
So you can't compare them to someone that has traveled, wide, have met a lot of people, different cultures, different tribes, different religions. Oh, so the kind of interaction you are getting from that person that's a bit more exposed might not necessarily be the same as the person that wasn't opportune to be as diverse. And both you have to make sure that after your interactions, the experience is seamless and is welcoming to both. That your ability to do that is what differentiates you from the pack, and those are part of your leadership qualities, and that's what organizations and every other person is looking for. So it's a journey.
It's a journey. So do you read books?
I'm an avid
Self-growth.
reader. Yeah, self-growth. Yeah,
Can you tell us?
Usually the learnings from the books come to me a little bit naturally, most of them. Uh, but yeah, it's more to me. It's more about this. So this book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
I think I had a
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich is good. Richest Man in Babylon.
I had a book.
That's like your introductory 101. So it's also good. Then in terms of career and how you get ready for interviews and all, I think there is this book by Jack Wells, the former CEO of GE, General Electric. I can't remember the name of that book, but it was written by Jack Wells, and I think it's a bestseller book. When I remember, I will tell you. But okay. I think those three.
Thank you very much for having this time with us. So, sir, I just want you to say it directly to the audience and me. Like, people that are seeing this space that we are as a hopeless environment. Like, and people are seeing it as a hopeless. Is this the right thing to say?
Go ahead.
Am I saying the right thing? Like, people are seeing this place as a hopeless environment, that there's no opportunity for.
When you say place, what do you mean? School?
Not school.
The
in the country.
The era, okay.
Yeah, in the country. Like there are no opportunities for us, and sometimes it's even not easy to, like, you have to hustle there to, you are like existing, living the day. Like, what do you have to say to those kind of people that? Yeah.
So I must say the competition is steep. There is no doubt about that. But if you take what I said from the beginning of our conversation to now,
I just want you to like make it clear
in terms of personal development. Once you develop yourself and you are forward thinking, you you will you will tend to a position of success sooner than you think.
Personal development.
Personal development is awesome. You will learn and you do. You juggle. Uh, Reading a course, studying a course is one thing. Graduating with a good class, that's
Another
another.
thing, then
Yeah,
but being employable
employable,
and seeing where they will
employable.
employ you to.
Yeah, seeing there are place that again. My you know when you asked me of my big break, when I was going for that interview, people were calling me when I was on the road travel. That I hope you know someone, hope you have someone that talk to someone. And again, I told you, I'm usually a person that when people are so used to this, which might not necessarily be right, like having to call someone to assist. No, I don't want that. I know the level of personal development I've been giving myself right from day one. I've been intentional. Let me put it that way. You have to be intentional with your life. If you are intentional with your life, God will show. If you are intentional with your life, day in, day out, well, if you are not a believer in God, the universe will give way. God will show up. And I believe in prayers. Everyone has his own way or whatever,
What
do
works for
it or
everybody.
yoga, whatever. But when you are consistent enough and you are in tune, people can see. I'm telling you, people can see. If you are hungry for success, if you are hungry for if you are hungry for success, you will be a learner, you'll be a self-developer, you'll be very good to interact with. And those are the things that people are looking for, which most of our young people are just busy,
Doing another thing.
yeah, they want it soft.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. If it comes easy, fine. But I
But does it
can't.
even ever come easy?
I mean, it does. Maybe once in a blue moon. But what is the probability or the chances of it coming? So I better be disciplined enough to
So that when it
self-develop and
comes,
grow.
it sees you on.
I will get it a bit more certain, right? So that's what I will say. Be conscious of self-development. Self-development is the only thing. Um, befriend people of value. Be friend, yeah, well, friendship, yeah. uh, People that talk value, people that talk progressiveness. Don't go to people that are just wayward, laid back. They don't have anything to add to themselves, not to you. So if you are consciously every time self-developing, pushing, of course, failures will come. And that is part of the journey. I told you about me not getting English, and I'm very happy. I just it everywhere. I got it till 300 level, this thing, and I got a very, very good grade. Again, looking back, that was the best. I was among these things. While people were looking for medicine, I was looking for federal scholarship to move outside the country. But God has had a different destiny for me, and here I am talking and smiling over it.
Smiling, come on.
Exactly. So we all have destinies, but in as much as one can, uh, I will take personal development to be the biggest indicator, and it has
And
to be
naturally, things will follow.
naturally, socially. When I say personal development, it doesn't mean that you read book, you first class, whatever. That's just one. That's just academic. Academically, socially, morally, you know, spiritually, value everything that encompasses one's life, shape the development there. Be growing. And when you are on that journey, it might not be that you have money in your pocket, but you know that you are growing. Your people know you. And when you are on that journey, mind you, you'll not have a lot of friends. And that is what it is, because not everyone belongs to that category. But at the end of the day, it will pay off.
May it pay up for
I mean,
all of us. So thank you very much for having us. I really